everybody. I hope you can hear me okay. Pop that on. There we go. This demo is not working very well with my OBS, so I have to use display capture, which is not great. It's not super great. Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. Sorry I wasn't here on stream last week. I had some stuff going on, and I just wasn't able to make it. I'm so sorry. Yes, hello. I hope you're all excited for Vampire the Masquerade Reckoning of New York, the final chapter game in the trilogy of the Vampire New York, Shadows of New York, and Coteries of New York, and now Reckoning of New York. I hope you're excited. I'm super excited to play this. Hi, Paulo. Hi, Azur. Hello, everyone in the chat. I know nothing about what I'm getting into at all, because even though it's extremely difficult, considering that I work with the World of Darkness, I try and do my best for any games that come out to keep myself in the dark as much as possible, because I want to be just as surprised and excited as everybody else. It's hard, but somehow I manage it to the best of my ability. So yes, please let me know if you can hear me okay, if the audio here is okay. I tried to adjust it all so none of it is too overpowering or loud, except for maybe my voice being a little bit louder. I'm going to hit new game here while you tell me. Please just let you kiss hope. I hope so. I would love to kiss hope. I would... I could talk endlessly about how it was nice to have a romance in Shadows of New York. I wasn't, and I think I'm blanking. I think her name was Dakota, but I might be getting her name wrong. I wasn't her biggest fan, but yeah, I would love to have a romance in this game. I want to kiss Julia too, Paolo. Let's all kiss Julia. Okay, so it looks like we can't play whoever this fellow is over here, but we can play Kali, so let's read about her. And she's a Ravnos, and she looks amazing. She has an old school cassette player, a Walkman, if you will, because I'm old. I had a Walkman. My sire's gone AWOL, and I've got no clue why. It sucks, but hey, I'm a Raven, and when things get dicey, I go with my gut. And right now it's telling me to just keep searching. It hasn't let me down so far, and it won't start now, right? I love Ravnos. One of my favorite clans. Yes. Okay, so we get to pick. We have 2 available points. So these are the inherent disciplines for Clan Ravnos. I think I'm going to go one with Obfuscate and one with Presence, because I want to be able to do super fun chemistry stuff. So let's pick those 2. Presence embodies kindred ability to influence a social scene. That's us. That's me, can't you tell? Hunger, yes, obviously. Hunter threat, yes, obviously. We don't want to be, we want the most challenging and to make the most mistakes. Hunters are watching your every move. Play it safe or risk getting ambushed on detours. Love it. Totally, let's do it. Night 1, the beginning. I'm so excited. I am so excited. And I'm sorry you can see the top of the game at the top, the bar at the top. I couldn't get it to work any other way in my OBS. Chemistry. I don't know how to say it properly. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's isn't it cool, Paulo? This is so cool, this opening. Oh my goodness. I'm excited. Hi, Kashiro. A woo. We'll be back with a woo tomorrow, I promise. So sorry. Last week I had a family emergency. I didn't have the time. Oh, I'm the biggest. What's so bad is I'm the biggest World of Darkness or 5th edition fangirl. It's so bad. So everything makes me so excited. D'Angelo, Brooklyn, no country for odd kin. Night 1. D'Angelo's bureau, if you can even call it that, feels more like a rough draft of an asteroid belt. Suggesting it's shabby almost gives it too much credit, as if there's some hidden allure to the mess, which there definitely isn't. I also want to kiss D'Angelo. Mr. B. Grizzly, thank you so much for these, for the, gift subs. Thank you. It's so kind. Always doing that. So kind. My head is cocked thoughtfully, beady eyes piercing me right through. Does this acute interest stem from the matter I brought in, or does he simply enjoy watching me wriggling in this wretched chair? I'd ask, but underneath the repulsive mask of his face, he's not repulsive, he's adorable. I notice something that looks a lot like fear, a detail I pocket for later. A strong synthetic odor taints the still air. The world is moving forward, but this crap reeks worse than your average smoke. And the way he squashes those mini cigs in the ashtray, it's clear D'Angelo's struggle to shake off old habits. Not that I'm one to throw stones, but he's quite the character. Useful, but infuriating too at times. My head is kind of blocking the thingy I just noticed, so let me move my face real quick. I'm just gonna go over here. That's fine. I would love to tell you that 5th edition mage is coming. Quartermaster. I would love to tell you that. I don't have any information about anything like that. I'm sorry. I'm just here to play the demo. Oh, there he is. I love him so much. D'Angelo, let me just get this straight. You lost Yesiah, eh? Oh, come on. I don't know why I would say that, but I want to. Oh, why can I not say, oh, come on? Whoa, it won't let me go forward. All right, let's try Patience, Callie. Which one? Which one? Why can't I say either of them? I can't say any of these. It won't let me say. Why you don't let me talk? Oh, no. Click and hold. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm stupid. Foiled again. Do you prefer vertical or horizontal UI? I'm fine with horizontal UI. I'm fine with vertical UI. I don't really have a preference, I don't think, now that I think about it. I didn't lose him, you goof. He just never turned up to our meeting. Easy, Tyga. Just trying to get the situation clear here. This is very different from the other games. What's unclear about it? I went to our meeting spot and he wasn't there. That never happens. Reynard Castle has a knack for vanishing, though. Maybe he had to make himself scarce, Skip Town. He'd have left me a clue for sure. You still relying on those wall tags? The hobo code or whatnot? Oh, very Sarah from New York by Night coded. Love it. Little Chandler here has totally been killing it lately. I mean, I might have casually mentioned the code once or twice, but nothing major. Well, alright, maybe I showed him a symbol, one that's pretty much useless on its own. If Reynard catches wind of me spilling the beans, he's gonna flip. He's like Fort Knox when it comes to our secrets. We do, and I found absolutely zilch, which doesn't happen, by the way. We never bail on each other when we split up for stuff like this. It's just too dangerous. Maybe he didn't have a chance to leave a trail. Where were you two supposed to rendezvous? Feels like I'm on trial here. You literally asked me to conduct this investigation. What do you expect me to do? Pull an ants out of my ass? I really don't want to know what he could pull out of his ass, and I intend to tell him as much. But he speaks first. Besides, I already know your spot. Coney Island, right? Ooh, Coney Island. I feel my eyelid twitch. You're bluffing. I was, but your reaction spilled the whole story. Maybe dropping by D'Angelo's wasn't such a great plan. Or maybe he's not as useless as I assumed. But he's definitely got me on edge. Prick your ears. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm going to pick it because I don't know how often you get to do that in your life. Prick thine ears. Oh my god, hi Vin! Hi! Hi Sniped Rose, hello, welcome. I'm playing this amazing demo, and I'm very excited, and I'm way too giddy and excited, and caffeinated, that too. I strain my ears and finally catch a few words. Oh no. I shoot him a skeptical glance, but he appears to be elsewhere, lost in his own thoughts. His lips move silently, almost like he's whispering a prayer. I strain my ears and finally catch a few words. When a damsel in distress entered his dimly lit office, lost in the urban jungle, and with nowhere to go, she turned to the only person she could trust, Detective Extraordinaire Gianni D'Angelo. But neither of them foresaw the storm brewing, so ready to shake their world to its core. I'll skip over your noir wet dreams. What's the deal with the storm? Don't you worry about it. The way he says it really makes me worry about it, but I brush it off. So you made your way to Coney Island, but came up empty-handed. No castle, no trail to follow. Anything noteworthy at all? Just your typical shady assholes loitering around, clearly up to something. Pretty standard for New York City, as far as I'm aware. Shady assholes? Who? Kindred? Regular folks, all twitchy and restless. If I wasn't so passé, I bet they were going to pull off a flash mob. A look of confusion flashes across his face. Flash mob? The hell's a flash mob? Something that I don't think people do anymore, or maybe I'm also out of touch. Don't you worry about it. We stare at each other for a while, I smugly and he utterly perplexed. I savor the moment, waiting for him to break the silence, but when he finally speaks, it's not at all what I was expecting to hear. To be frank, Callie, I'm running short on answers. Yesiah seems just temporarily unavailable, or gone for good, or something else. Can't say I'm entirely shocked. He tries to stroll around nonchalantly, but the mess in his bureau just as nonchalantly throws him off balance. It completely ruins his noir vibe, so I shoot him a cheeky grin, but he's too caught up to even notice. Breaking character must have rattled him good. Oh, God. If I were you, I'd take a leaf out of his book and disappear. Pronto. In fact, that's exactly what I intend to do once I'm through with my business in the city. I unpocket the fear I observed a moment ago and give D'Angelo another good, lasting look. He's genuinely terrified, like seriously scared. But there's this hint of desperation, too. I've got to tame my inner con artist. She's practically salivating in my head, just waiting to join in. I love the Revness. But when things go south, D'Angelo's the buddy you stick with, not somebody you ditch and forget. Don't ever ditch D'Angelo. He's like my favorite. Absolutely my favorite throughout both games. Gianni, seriously? What's up? I'm kind of freaking out here. There are too many loose ends to stitch together a complete tale, and frankly, it's too lengthy for just one night anyway. But there's a storm gathering in the city. I've been through some rough patches, but this feels like a whole different kind of trouble. I'm so sorry. The gray on white is really throwing off my vision, so I keep messing up the words. Cut the cryptic shit, just for once. He looks over my shoulder, lost in thought, like he's figuring out how to drop an anchor on someone who's already drowning. Our kind has been dropping like flies lately. Nobody seems to be a specific target, but it's hitting mostly Duskborn. Oh no. The court dubs it the culling of thin bloods. Real knee slapper they've got, those sons of guns. But there's been other victims too. A chill runs down my dead spine. The perpetrator? Any clue who might be behind it? Nope. Okay. Here's the sad reality. New York City has never been as dangerous for Kindred as it is these nights. Any clue who might be behind it? I've got a couple of theories. You know what? I'll fill you in while we hit the road. Yay! Road trip! The urge to flee slams into me like a freight train. There's something about his tone that almost convinces me to hightail it out of the city, but it's not quite time to make a break for it. I might stick around for a while, so you got that sick walk, man. Who could possibly hurt you? D'Angelo's visibly concerned. Should I be worried too? You're not gonna let him go, huh? Of course not. I'll find Reynard, come hell or high water. Besides, someone has to handle detective duty since, judging by how desperately you want me to drive you out of town, damsel in distress is already taken. Snap, burn. D'Angelo tilts his head downward just enough to fix his crooked smile, a smile abandoned by joy long ago. I know you well enough to not even bother trying to change your mind, but you have a knack for driving headfirst into trouble, so hear me out. Keep your head down, stay off the radar, don't feed willy-nilly, and above all, don't reveal your true nature unless you're 100% sure nobody can see you. So the Masquerade, basically. I'm not joking, Callie. Keep low or else. Yeah, thanks for the tip. I rise to my feet and wave goodbye as I head out the door. I'll grab you once I've found Reynard. On my own, since you've been such a big help. Woohoo! That was a very, very quick turnaround for that. He's the only Nos you can trust. I love D'Angelo. Great character. Amazing. It takes me a while to actually notice the air around me crisp and clear without the ever-present stench of D'Angelo's nicotine habit. I find it's taking me longer each time to catch on. When will I reach the point where I don't notice it anymore? Reynard's silence and the total lack of hints about his whereabouts bug me way more than I'm ready to say out loud. The streets are deserted. It's like everyone vanished, scared off by the winter chill that mortals seem to hate. The darkness of the night, lit up by bursts of color, is kind of beautiful in a bleak urban way. But my sire is gone, and I don't know what to do. Back at D'Angelo's, I was all talk, swearing that I'd track down Reynard myself or burn up trying. Pretty sure he saw right through my BS. Were I half as confident as I pretended, I wouldn't feel so utterly lost. In late December, in the big fucking dangerous Apple of all places. If D'Angelo's warnings have any weight, maybe it's time to bulk up our supplies. Our coterie? Let's just say we're big on being ready for anything. Ooh. Reynard's the mastermind behind all our safety nets, making sure we don't even brush close to failure. His obsessive preparedness has pulled us out of the fire more than once. Wherever we're running our gigs, we've got these spots stocked up with goods, and let's call it personal protection. One of those hidden caches lies just around the block, if I remember right. It's been ages, but that's probably the first place I should hit up before I go hunting for Reynard. That's actually really smart. I think all kindred in every city should have one like that, now that I think about it. It's just never ever occurred to me before. Better safe than in a grave, right? Okay. Coney Island, yes. I just realized I should probably do that thing where I, if I can, flip my camera around. Can I do that? Oh, I can only flip it. I can't flip it. Or if I can, I don't know how. Oh well, it's fine. The rundown parking lot where I stashed my RV seems deserted enough to keep away prying eyes. I should head back to Coney Island and see if Reynard showed up while I was away, or maybe he left one of our signature wall signs cluing me in on what to do next. Precautionary measures, detour. Survival is the game we all play, or so Reynard always told our coterie. That's why we've stashed supply caches all over. Let's do the detour, because that's probably really stupid. It's got a big exclamation point on it. It's probably a stupid thing to do, so let's do that one. Yeah. Hopefully we'll run into some hunters that will murder us. That'll be funny. Hi, Furnace. Hello. Welcome in. Yes, Deadmaster, it is. It is the demo for the final chapter of the New York, Draw Distance New York visual novels, Vampire the Masquerade visual novels. It is free to play on Steam right now. Okay. Great. Just fucking great. Looking over the wreckage of what used to be my secret stash, I can't stop the flood of swears that could probably rouse Cain himself from his eternal rest. Whoever the hell found it, they cleared it out completely. They didn't even have the courtesy to leave a "my bad for the raid" note. It wasn't a treasure trove or anything, just an old combat knife, a bulletless revolver, and some jewelry I was planning to pawn off for far less than they were worth. I get why they'd take that stuff, but seriously, what's anyone going to do with a cooler full of expired blood bags? I mean, a vampire could make use of that if they have the iron stomach merit, or what is it, iron gullet merit. Could this have been the work of one of our kind? Ooh, kin? After what D'Angelo said, it doesn't seem too far-fetched. Fuck! Whoever they are, they better hope I don't find them first. Stepping back onto the streets, the harsh reality hits me. My gear is history, and no amount of complaining is going to magically bring it back. Believe me, I tried. But then again, maybe I'm just being paranoid. D'Angelo has a thing for urban legends and slapping conspiracy theories onto pretty much anything. Why should this time be any different? It's Christmas, after all, and Merry Christmas! Happy holidays! Around these parts, looting is practically a holiday tradition. As I'm coming to terms with my situation and thinking about what to do next, I get that weird feeling. It's like my inner alarm system is giving me a nudge, telling me something's off. Oh, I hope it's hunters. A quick look behind me confirms it. Yep, I've got followers, and not just one, but two. Finally, I'm hitting my social media milestones. Me when I get 2 likes. My gut... My gut tells me to move faster, and I find myself darting into a barely lit alleyway, disappearing into the shadows. I press myself against the cold bricks and wait. That's when I catch it, a high-pitched voice filled with endless babble. Her words cut through the air, harsh and acidic. She's talking about me, and it's far from flattering. That's great. Squeaker! It was her! The freak draped in all that Dre grab! I haven't told ya! Drab gray? Who the hell does she think she is? I need to go get a look at them. Girl, we come back empty-handed for the 3rd time and we're fucking cooked. Oh, fuck her and her cheap-ass forest ranger getup. The nerve to diss my look. Why are they even after me anyway? The nerve to diss my look. Oh, me when I accidentally turn Toreador. The one making all the noise is fidgeting nonstop like a squirrel high on candy, muttering something I can't make out. It's clear planning impromptu actions isn't her strong suit. The other one seems timid, obviously wishing she was anywhere but here. Bah! Oh, I could use Daunt. That's fun. Scare the shit out of them. Wait a little longer, walk away undetected. Let's scare the shit out of them because that seems fun. How hungry are we? I can't tell by this measure of how hungry we are. Probably, it looks like maybe quite, but you know. It's fine. In the 5th edition book, Daunt is a free action. Doesn't cost you any hunger, but let's do it. Boom. I'd find the whole scene hilarious under different circumstances, but I've got bigger fish to fry than this low-budget permanent midnight remake. Screw it. Time to see what they're really made of. I stride towards them, deliberately nosy. The quiet one faints immediately, while the loud one's eyes go wide the moment she spots me. You were hunting for a freak? Well, congrats, you found one. Oh my god, she's amazing. Oh, shit. She recoils, fumbling for something under her jacket, panicking because it's taking too long. I channel every bit of the malice I've honed during my dark web days. And unleash it full force on her. Oh, you think you can handle me? That's adorable. In a single fluid motion, I'm up in her grill. My goodness. Come on, bitch. I'll tear your assholes to so many pieces they'll never put your story back together. Get away from me! Finally, she loses her shit and makes a run for it, tripping over her own feet on the way. I lose sight of her and her panic noises fade. It's almost riveting, if not for the reason she was here in the first place. In the end, I leave them both be. They weren't exactly a threat, but damn. Turns out D'Angelo wasn't just blowing smoke up my ass. None of that alters my goal. Finding Reynard remains a top priority. Yeah, but it was fun. Who cares? I could go back to Coney Island and see if he turned up while I was gone. The possibility of berating him for thoughtlessness cracks me up, if only a little. And yeah, I've got to move the RV before it draws too much attention, before some busybody develops an unwanted interest in it. But there's no point in driving it to Coney Island when I can take the subway, so what to do first? Boom. What a queen, I know. That's a line you're gonna have. I mean, not that, obviously, Vin, not that you don't come up with, like, the best improv in the moment on the spot. But absolutely, I could see you playing a Daunt scene like that. Let's see. So we got Square One, Coney Island, Square One, the RV. Let's go to Coney Island. Because I love Coney Island in real life. Haven't been there in a decade, but... You'd think the subway at 3 a.m. on Christmas night would be a tranquil heaven, right? Nope. Think again. Why would you think that? Why would you ever think that? It's not exactly a morning rush, but there's still a bunch of people around. Most of them zoned out, clearly buzzed from booze, drugs, or just plain old tiredness. The blood slowly coursing through their veins just beneath the surface of their skin tempts me in ways I cannot describe. Delicious. I force myself to look away, not for the dregs of my own mortality, nor because I feel any grand respect for them. It's simpler than that. Too many eyes, too much risk, my coterie's unspoken credo. I get off at Coney Island, quickly heading back to the Wonder Wheel, scanning for Reynard's unmistakable flamboyant red overcoat he somehow manages to pull off. No such luck. But maybe he's back at our usual spot, or perhaps he swung by while I was out and left one of our wall signs. Instead, what greets me is an unsettling number of shady figures prowling around. 3 to be exact, all on edge, looking like they're on some sort of patrol. If they're kindred, they're probably Camarilla, considering this is their territory. Really? So we have confirmation that Coney Island is Camarilla territory. That's funny. I find that really funny. I never would picture Coney Island as Camarilla territory, so that's hilarious to me. It feels so anarch. It's not that I have an issue with them. Okay, I do, but let's not get into that right now. I'm just not up for socializing. 1 kindred run-in per night is already pushing my limits. Let's take a breather in the darkness. Yes, let's do that. Ooh, hunger increases. Why? Why? That's a free action too. I don't need to make a rouse check for that. Hello, welcome in. There is a demo of Reckoning of New York. It is on Steam. Go download it and play it right now. It's amazing. I let go of myself, the meat, veins, bones of my suit, the wind wrapping around me like the warm hug of a mother welcoming her child home, and I become one with the air. What a great description of Cloak of Shadows. I hate that I got hungry. The curious glances of those passing by slip off me as if I was never there. Soon as they vanish into the night, I reappear in plain sight and quickly head toward the Wonder Wheel. Oh, was that Unseen Passage? That might have been Unseen Passage, and I just didn't... I thought it's a Cloak of Shadows. Reynard isn't there to greet me, and a quick look around yields no wall signs either. I turn on my heel, disappointed, and lock eyes with one of the kindred I so skillfully dodged. Their gaze is steady, piercing, downright eerie. With no option left, I put on my best con woman face and give them a nonchalant nod before walking away with all the confidence I can muster. Big mistake, it turns out. The kindred lurches forward, chasing after me as I break into a run. I've been to this amusement park many times before, so I know it like the back of my hand. I duck and weave through the rides and booths, shaking off my pursuer with ease. I have to leave. Coney Island, maybe even New York, just as D'Angelo warned. The city's become a no-go zone for kindred, or at least for me. Ooh, pretty. I'm almost at the entrance to the subway when I notice her. Tickets? I just want to see. Pretty. Tickets, Wonder Wheel. Love it. What? Does that say Funhouse? I can't really tell. It says something. Can't see. It just say house. It did say Cloak of Shadows? I thought so. Shouldn't have cost me any blood. The hell? Actually, scratch that. It's my skin that reacts first. Every hair standing on my head as if electrocuted. An alarm blares in my head, screaming danger. Only then do I see her stepping smoothly out of the shadows, gait relaxed and yet somehow predatory. Oh, hello. Oh, that's the Scourge, is it not? I can't remember her name, but I'm pretty sure that's the Scourge. Pretty sure she's a Malkavian and she's a Scourge, and bad news. Enjoyed the rides, sugar? Yep, that sure is. I forget her name. I have no idea who she is, and I'm normally spot on at identifying those who'd prefer me finally dead. It's handy in my line of business. Oh, God. Great. Sorry, we're closed for the night. Guess Yelp forgot to mention they don't serve the night owl crowd here. She doesn't even blink at my quip and just keeps inching closer. I feel an urge to step back, but a quick side-eye informs me that the prowling kindred have returned and are standing right behind me. Yay. I'm afraid you're going to have to come with me. Am I a criminal now? Is visiting amusement parks illegal now? Because it sure as hell isn't your turf. You're much too fancy for that, lady. I have to pick the sassy, sarcastic answers, or I don't feel like I'm living my authentic Ravno self. Oh, she Ventru? I forget her name. I totally forget her name. Her smile stretches wider, but it's devoid of any real humor or warmth. She's only steps away now, and I'm effectively trapped. Visiting amusement parks is not illegal, no. However, some of your extracurricular activities, now that's a different story. Somebody has been very naughty indeed. Extracurricular activities? You've lost me there. Oh, how she jests. I'm not going to run down the entire list of the council's accusations, but incidentally, that is where I'm taking you right now. Who the hell are you even? Valerie! I kept saying to myself, it begins with a V. I'm Valerie Duval, sugar. The Scourge of New York. Yay! You can either accompany me without a fuss, or, well, let's just leave it at the first option. It's decidedly in your best interest. She gestures to one of the kindred behind me, who brandishes a hefty sharpened stake. My throat tightens involuntarily. What the fuck does the council want with me? Our coterie's business isn't all that against their precious traditions, is it? Thanks for the fake choice. Thanks for the illusion of choice. Cully's narration suggests she may not have any unsassy answers. That, you know what, Craig? I hope that's true. I hope that's a fact. I hope that's canon. Oh, it's my move, is it? Because from my view... Because from my viewpoint, all roads seem to end at the tip of that stake. Said tip jabs painfully against my back, right where my heart would be beating madly if it wasn't all shriveled up. Case in point. The council will undoubtedly release you, following a meticulous inquiry, of course. This is your final chance. All right, Jesus. I'll fucking go with you. Valerie tosses me a so-called smile, the sort that could turn the sun into ice. Good girl. Now come. Council's waiting. Yay! Oh, God. Judgment at the Elysium. Come on, Kadir. Come on, Kadir. My husband. So this is their joint, the art hole. God, still there, huh? Still there? Panhard couldn't find any, and this must be her favorite place ever. Seriously, could they have picked a more pretentious spot? The ivory tower splinter has wedged itself right in the middle of New York City's swankiest row. Welcome to the still heart of the Camarilla's intricate machinations. Here's where the local kindred clink their glasses, all the while plotting each other's demise. Unless, of course, you're a pariah like me, an outcast from a wrong clan with a knack for stirring up trouble, in which case you're screwed from the get-go. Honestly, I prefer not knowing how posh it is. Places like this don't exactly roll out the red carpet for someone who deals with my kind of stuff. But since I've got no immediate escape plans, might as well play along. I'd happily shit on it on principle. I love her so much. But gotta admit, it seems pretty low-key on the outside, not counting the two chuckling goons who clearly missed the memo on blending in with the crowd. And on that note, is there a giggle-worthy revelation you'd care to share with me, Bertie? Your demeanor hints at a job well done, does it not? The awkward freeze frame from those two are stuck in would be comedy gold if I wasn't knee-deep in my own mess. Yeah. Oh, help. Names. Yeah, Miss Duval. Sir, I mean, not really anything too wild, you know, just like the usual stuff we're seeing, I guess. Does this usual stuff include dubious characters within a mile's reach of Elysium? Groups for which you are specifically instructed to watch out? 3 of them, to be exact, if my count holds true. I'm terrible at remembering any of their names. Any of their names! Waiting for Arturo mention? I know. I'm pretty sure he was in... Was he not in Coteries of New York? Or does he just look like one of the 3 characters you could play? I'm not sure. It might be that. Might be misremembering. Let her cook. I have to pick that option. It's amazing. The 3 groups of what? Honestly, I didn't spot a thing. Then again, maybe I'm just not clued in on what to look out for. I apologize. We really should have... Yes, you really should have. Boy, that shot through him like an icy bullet. I wasn't exactly cozy myself, but that poor sod was probably just shed the last ounce of warmth left in him. Return to your duties at once. I'll be expecting a detailed report within the next hour. Yes, Miss Duval, sir. I love him. Oh God. Let's be best friends. What if we kiss while the scourge cuts our head off? He waddles off like a scolded kid, and his pal refuses to meet our eyes. I throw Valerie a look of unwilling respect. She obviously holds some serious clout in these parts. Yeah. Come now. Dragging your feet earns you no favors. And believe me, you could use a few. Is that an offer, Miss Duval? Her smile serves as enough of a silent veto to make it clear that prying any further is futile. Not exactly a good sign. She swings the door open, but there's no warm invitation in the gesture. Did you expect there to be? He was in Coterie and Shadows. I thought he looked familiar. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're the best, man. The place doesn't quite live up to the posh art gallery image in my mind. Sure, there's a hint of what could be... I know how to... Basquiat? No idea. On the walls, but most of the art is either shoved aside or covered up. Fun fact, Huddy knows less than nothing about art. Not a thing. Huddy... I couldn't. Got into my head, and you asked me to draw something. I just give up. I can't do it. Couldn't draw my way out of a paper bag. My instincts shift into overdrive. First up, a quick room survey. Search for escape routes? I mean, meh. Scan for access points. What does that mean? No exposed fuse boxes, no signs of optical fiber installations. Frankly, not a trace of any civilized tech in sight. That's the thing with these old school meets oh god, the really messes with me, the gray on the white. That's the thing with these old school meets modernity buildings. It just doesn't sit right with me, but of course it's exactly the Camarilla style. Step 2 practically unfolds on its own. The room's a powder keg of kindred in the middle of an intense debate. The tension is palpable, suspicion dialed up to 11. That's when their voices finally break through the walls of my focus. Oh my god, it's Kadir. Hang on, I need a minute. Okay. Look at his camo. Okay. I can't do this. I can't do this. Nobody should let me do this by myself. Sorry, Aegon. Wouldn't have been such an issue if we had taken action when the signs were so glaringly obvious. Literally rendered silent. He's just a Toreador? Nope. I refuse. Nope. Nope. Hortus, go anywhere on my personal social medias. He's wearing a coat. He is. Go anywhere on my personal social medias and you'll see how I feel about Kadir. It's real bad. It's a meme to some people. Anyway, not important. That long-haired hunk must be Kadir al-Azmai. It must be the Camarilla's sheriff. I've had my fill of stories about him, but now I can put a face to the reputation. Oh god. There's Arturo! The worst! He's the worst! But also really iconic. But also the worst. If only the rest of us were blessed with your profound gift of foresight, Sheriff. On life would be a walk in the park. Allow me to emphasize, our risks aren't limited to a single front. Acting on a gut feeling might work wonders in motion pictures. Here in the real world, it's a different story. I'm dying. I'm dying. This one's a mystery to me, but the way he's navigating the conversation, he's clearly a heavyweight in these parts. Yeah, that's putting it mildly. Spoiler alert. God. Spare me the I can't. Spare me the pretense of ignorance, Arturo. The pattern was unmistakable well over a month ago. Now, Arturo. Thomas Arturo? Shit, Reynard explicitly told me to steer clear of this guy's mess. Can't do this many voices when I am this flustered. The bickering rages on and Valerie doesn't seem eager to reveal her catch, aka yours truly. Oh god. It's Aisling Sturbridge. Oh. Your playful decision to allow the Thin Bloods to appoint Larson as their primogen raises his final death to a level that can't be casually swept under the rug, Helena. Larson's dead, guys. Everybody in the chat. Did we roll him? Whoa, okay. Thin-blooded or not, it throws into question our grip on the situation. The Thin-blood primogen is dead. Dead. Not that I had a particular fondness for him or anything, but okay. That gothed out Ally McBeal? Definitely Aisling Sturbridge, the Tremere Regent. I've been curious if Reynard's operation extends to the local chantry, but he was, as always, tight-lipped about his private affairs. This is, I mean, perfect for Pride Month, but this is too much for me. This is too much for me. Is this Panhard? Did she color her hair? Is she got a new wig? What would you have me do then? Unleash our dear sheriff without adequate reconnaissance, just in the name of haste? We can't overlook his excessive efficacy in the last skirmish, can we? Doesn't the prospect of a masquerade breach give you pause? Behold the queen be yourself, Helena Panhard, the reigning prince of sticks up the ass. I'm sure Americans say Helene, not Helena. I'm reading it in German brain, so it would be Helena. Like Helena Fischer, but it's probably Helene. Whoa! Is that Torque? Torque's here? For real? I figure we're all fond of keeping things just the way they are, but there's times to just sit back and think, and then there's times when you gotta step up and do something bold. This feels like it's time to make a move. What is Torque doing here? An Anarch championing chaos, a revelation that somehow fails to astonish, O esteemed Baron of the Bronx. An Anarch Baron inside Elysium? Now that's a plot twist. What's the deal here? I'm asking myself the same question, Kali. My mind is blowing all over the place. As I continue to look around, another figure catches my eye, a young-looking woman, entirely decked out in black, casually playing with a cigarette. She shoots me a brief glance, clearly picking up on my curiosity. Oh, it's, oh man, I can't remember his name. But he's the Ventru. Arturo, I hate you. Hi, Matt. Hello, everyone, coming in to watch me have all these issues where I'm thirsting over everyone and getting so flustered I can't remember the accents I assigned to everyone in my brain. I can't remember his name. But, oh, he blinks. But he's a Ventru. I just can't remember his name. Show me Julia. That ancient fart in the wheelchair whispering to his servant, who's that? I can't remember. Right as he's about to chime in, some lanky guy I totally missed till now decides to butt in. Ooh, you're the guy who's locked for me that I couldn't play. Hello. I like your shirt. Payne. Right. Addison Payne? Is that correct, or am I just making that up? Because that's entirely possible. Addison Payne? Payne, yes. My apologies for interrupting, Mr. Payne, but it appears Miss Duval has brought forth the issue you mentioned earlier. It might be wise to ensure she is not exposed to unnecessary information. Too late. Way too late. How did I overlook this guy? He's all limbs and quirks, really? All limbs and quirks? That's not my type. Playing with some odd rig on his finger. He sticks out in this upscale bunch like a sore thumb. Is my mojo on vacation or what? I don't know. Maybe because there's too many hot people in this room. Yes, thank you for that shrewd oh my god, and he's a caitiff too. Thank you for that shrewd observation, caitiff. I can't do this. She hurls the words like she's spitting venom. Whatever the opposite of sympathy is, she's brimming with it. Wait, caitiff? Esteemed counsel, I give you the troublesome Ravnos neonate. I gather you all desire a swift resolution to this matter. Vin? I'm having such an issue. Especially given her reluctance to cooperate. Too many hot people in one room. I'm having that's what they should have. That should have been the subtitle of this game. All the hot people in one room. As if on cue, every eye shifts to me. I'm not one to buckle under stage fright, but this silent ostracism is on a whole new level. In this room, I'm on my own. I can't. I understand the formal necessity of addressing all this, as well as my role in the matter. However, there are more pressing concerns demanding attention. Far more pressing. Shall we discard old traditions too while we're at it? We've pirouetted around the Hudson problem for more than a year, yet progress remains as stale as our debate. Certainly a few additional moments to honor the very laws you spearhead so vigorously couldn't hurt, could they? The Hudson is a completely different beast, as you are all well aware. We need to address the locust swarm engulfing New York before Camarilla's entire framework crumbles beneath its weight. And how does this sit with you, Payne? Just last night, 2 Duskborn and a fledgling from your clan were reduced to ashes, and we're still in the dark about who's pulling the strings. Shouldn't that worry you more than policing the purity of the red market? Hermph. At least there's him. That I can have a nice palate cleanser from all the hot people in the room. And Thomas Arturo. Thomas Arturo doesn't do anything for me. I'm so sorry, Vin. The art style is incredible. I love it. It's amazing. Yeah, all the hot folks, the tunes of all the small things. The old guy's servant steps forward, all awkward and rigid. Oh no! I mean, I know he has a blindfold on, but that's, you know, also my type. In principle, I agree, Sheriff. However, we should continue to disregard even minor infractions. We broadcast a message of vulnerability. Vulnerability threatens our efforts within and beyond our borders, efforts we plan to carry on without interruption once the locust swarm, as you've termed it, is eradicated. I can't do a Polish accent. I need Outstar here for that. It's Julia Savinsky, everyone. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm inclined to agree with Gramps on this one. We can't simply let something like that slip through the cracks without taking proper measures. Oh, God. I can't do this many accents. I'm not a professional or any kind of voice actor at all. Oh. And I'm too flustered. So you've assumed the role of his advocate now. Quite the bold ascent up the ladder of your own making. What's next on the horizon? Another hostile... Enough already. An awkward silence falls over the room, but it seems more about customs than actual respect. Guess we're all just creatures of habit, undead or alive. The old fart. I can't. Prince Panhard is the least... I don't want to talk to the old guy. I don't want to talk to Addison Payne. Yeah, I would have assumed that... spoilers right now. Please pause the stream or leave the stream for spoilers of Shadows of New York. I believe, okay, here we go. I believe the good ending is the ending where Julius stays in New York, right? And the bad ending is when she leaves New York. So, I believe that is how it and that the good ending, obviously. And from my opinion, the good ending, good and bad being relative in terms of what they mean. I'm done. You can unmute. I am done. I'm going to pick Prince Panhard. Because I can't deal with Kadir right now. The sheer theatrics of the situation give me a moment to sneak a glance at. Is it just me, or does Prince Panhard look beat and scared? Also, new wig. I'm fairly certain. Or she colored her hair tonight. I get that she's not exactly winning any popularity contests here, aside from that ascot-wearing douche. It seems like everyone is just barely putting up with her leadership, because nobody really likes her. Could the situation outside really be that dire? Probably. When the prince finally manages to speak, her voice lacks the confidence you'd anticipate from someone at the helm. We're all here for the same reason you are, Aisling, or am I mistaken and you forget where your loyalties lie? Even now, as she turns to me, her presence is weighed down. Not that I care, my head's on the chopping block, and she's the one calling the shots on whether it stays put or rolls off. Now, let's put this issue to rest here, and now... Strive for brevity, Sheriff. Oh, God. Understood. The weight of his gaze is enough for me to lower my shoulders and other things on my body. Whatever comes, it's not going to be pretty. Kali of Clan Ravnos, you stand accused of violating the New York Camarilla's praxis, infringing on the tradition of hospitality, and endangering the masquerade, among other things. Well, shit. Wait, on what grounds? Drop the act. There's a wealth of evidence in that recreational vehicle of yours, most of it confirming the suspicions we've been harboring over the recent months. Petty theft from our subjects, impersonation of other kindred, lineage forgery. Need I go on? Okay, guilty. But when did they did that? But when did they start caring? It's not like I'm the only one dipping my toes into the ocean of misdemeanors. At least they don't know about our artifact gig. Ooh, I love an artifact in a vampire game. But your involvement in large-scale blood and mortal trafficking outside of our scrutiny and the jurisdiction of the circulatory system is as obvious as it is dangerous to the stability of our domain. Large-scale my ass. Oh, God. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. It wasn't really a spoil. It was just defining what was good and bad. Because the good and bad ending in the last game I found to be confusing. Large scale my ass. We hardly move anything through New York. Definitely not enough to impact their operations. Plus we're super careful. Especially with your clientele often being in direct hostility to our interests, as Primogen Payne was kind enough to confirm. Seriously, this can't be right. We always check out our clients. Well, Reynard does, but... Is this some twisted way to set an example? Are they playing the undead IRS? What is their game, really? While some might chalk this up to colossal stupidity, I am neither so forgiving nor tolerant of fraudsters who respect nothing but their own gain. I'm not blind to the fact that Reynard's completely MIA in this whole story. He's the big cheese, the head honcho of the entire affair. Though calling it an affair might be giving it too much credit. The Gadir art is so good. All the art is so good. So why are they making it out like I'm the mastermind behind some global crime syndicate? Because he set you up, baby. This is not the time to be quiet, Raven. You know what? Fuck him. I'm not going down without a fight. Not my RV, obviously. Am I going to use awe on Kadir? Is that a thing that I'm going to do? Obviously. You don't like the down... Well, I think it's not a downgrade so much as that he's like dressed for like urban warfare because obviously something really bad is going on. Oh, Kelly is a cutie. She's adorable. Exactly, Vin. We're at war. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to use my awe on Kadir. I want everyone to know that I'm 36. I'm in my mid-30s. This is total crap. I don't even own that RV. I snagged it on a rental from this anarch guy in the Bronx. Oh, you did, huh? What are the odds, right? Trying to give Baron... when I remember doing Baron Torque in the other two games and giving him like this really raspy voice, and I just can't do it anymore. I'm too old. My vocal cords don't work good no more. Case in point. See, why won't you grill your Baron friend over there? Out of nowhere, something pierces my mind, shredding its defenses to dust. It's like my head's been turned inside out, exposing my every thought for their amusement. I whip my head toward the source of this eerie sensation, and boom, there's Kadir, the freaking sheriff with those piercing eyes, slicing through my layers of BS like it's cake. I earnestly hope you are not mistaking me for a fool. That would be a misstep of monumental proportions, unlike anything these walls have witnessed. I get a glimpse of Aisling out of the corner of my eye, silently mouthing words that look suspiciously like I beg to differ. Right then, a curved sword appears in Kadir's hand as though he's just pulled it straight from thin air, or maybe I'm just going nuts. Honestly, I'd be totally shitting my pants right now if that part of me wasn't offline. I'm not here for your little games, I'm not here for your games, little Raven. Choose your next words carefully. I'd argue this utter lunacy clears her of charges. If Arturo is on my side, that means I'm the bad guy. She couldn't even cobble together a feeble story, much less orchestrate clandestine trading of this magnitude. And yarn spinning is supposed to be your clan's forte, isn't it? Last chance, my dear. Is there anything of substance you wish to add? Holy shit. This can't really be happening, right? What's my move? What would Reynard do? Abandon us? Reynard, if he had the decency to pop up or at least toss me a fucking heads up, I wouldn't be knee-deep in this disaster. Is he really in trouble, or what if he bailed on me? Got a hint that the Camarilla was breathing down his neck and decided I'm the perfect scapegoat? Nah, it doesn't sound like him. But why target me and not Reynard? Sure, he's gone now, but could they really be that clueless about him? I'm totally lost. But I do know what he would probably do. His move would be to look out for number one. Spill the beans more than necessary to buy some time. Time is gold, and with enough of it, maybe there's a chance to wiggle out of this mess. It's all or nothing now. Hit the jackpot or end up porcupined with stakes. Guess there's not much point in playing dumb, huh? Couldn't agree more. Game on. All right then. So I indeed am tangled up in this little blood trafficking operation, playing a pretty crucial part if I do say so myself, though I guess not everyone's on board with that assessment. I do the logistics, pushing merchandise through a series of dark web channels. Every eyebrow in the room goes up except for the cigarette aficionado in the back, who lets out a slight smirk. I mean, a little controlled drama never hurts in a short con. Slicing through layers, yep, that much is right. God. All totally secure and anonymous. No slip-ups, or slips about? No slips about, our thing. Oh, okay. No slips about, our thing. Everything masked by the hustle of more mundane black markets. No way we're blowing the masquerade. We deal in stored blood, as you might have caught on. Not just any blood, though. Our merch is a little jazzed up. Thaumaturgically enhanced. To be exact. Hiccup. It's the only way they'd work, as you're well aware. I am, but that's not for you to find out. Right, of course. Oh, and we also deal in, let's just call them family treasures. But honestly, that's more like a side gig than anything serious. But we're extremely careful about picking our clients and really thorough when it comes to making deals. You know, the traditions and all. I was sure we'd never even come close to breaking them. At least that's what he led me to believe. I had a hunch there were some dodgy dealings in his more secret ventures. To deny that would be a flat-out lie. But let's be real. I'm way outside the inner circle to have a real sway in those parts of his enterprise. For a brief moment, an uneasy silence sweeps over the room. His enterprise? Is this a joke? Exactly who is this he you're referring to? I give it my all to appear as blameless as possible. I presumed you knew it was my sire who's masterminding it all. The room's heavy silence is soon filled with hushed whispers following my revelation. Good. If fortune is on my side, I might just live to see another moonrise. Queen Julia! Indeed, how fortuitous! And Josiah would be? There's only one other notable rogue in the city who comes to mind, someone dipping in and out, known for their shifty nature, of which I was somewhat aware. Reynard Castle. You nailed it, Chief. I mean, sir. Another brief moment of silence gets interrupted by the girl in black who addresses the sheriff. I can practically hear the cogs turning in your head, Kadir. What's your take on it? Truth be told, it does add up, though I had him pegged more as a con artist than a trafficker. Let that pass. Then why hasn't he been apprehended yet? I can't do this. The voice. Why hasn't he been apprehended yet, Sheriff? Are you secretly endorsing activities that impede the circulatory system's operations? For your own good pain, I'll pretend I didn't catch that. Or would you care to question my dedication to our cause again? Be warned, my patience wears extremely thin these nights. Can we put this bickering on hold, at least for the moment? An opportunity staring me in the face. How could I resist squeezing myself right into it? Oh, one more thing. Reynard and I had a meeting lined up with a client a few hours back, but he never showed up. In the whole year and a half I've been in this gig, he's never just vanished like this. And what do you make of it? Now with the floodgates of truth wide open, it's time to dive into the art of lying my ass off. To be honest, I'm not sure, but now that I think of it, he's changed over the past month, become a lot more erratic than usual. Ready for my theory? I'm pretty sure he caught wind of you lot and decided to feed me to the flames while he made a run for it. Whether they're swallowing my story or they're just tired of my presence, it feels like I'm nudging things the way I want them. Not everyone's convinced, though. An unwitting pawn betrayed by her master. A likely story. Suitable for the stage indeed, but in this context... Oh my god, his name's Patrick? if I may. Damn it, Padrick, or Padrick, I'm not sure. Don't go getting yourself into... Baron's warning arrives a bit too late. Instantly, the others shift with their focus, fixing their eyes on the caitiff with unmistakable hostility. It's clear they're not exactly fond of him. Since you're already disrupting the proceedings, you might as well say your piece, mediator. Very well, then. I'm inclined to believe her, at least in the aspects most significant to the interests of our allies. Thanks, you mysterious weirdo. As ever, your assertion remains devoid of substance. My guy's advice is pretty much always on point. His track record speaks for itself. The sheriff has a point that seems to hold water. Her sire might just be the one at fault. She is essentially a non-entity, is she not? A persona non grata. A nobody that slipped under the radar until by a stroke of sheer bad luck she got caught red-handed. Do excuse the pun. When you give it another look, the evidence you have collected should indeed back up the claim quite convincingly. What grounds your intricate evaluation precisely? My judgment is shaped by your vast experience and simply tempered by reasoning and intuition. It changes little regarding the consequences she must face for her complicity in her sire's crimes. It's do or die. Oh God. Oh God. Patrick Star. Mysterious God. It's too much. It's too much. How about I serve you Reynard's head on a silver platter in exchange for mine, unscathed on my shoulders? Kadir's stare pins me. Why are they using this language? I feel like they're purposefully using this language. Kadir's stare pins me under silent disapproval. But he lets me, as the curly-haired asshole put it, spin my yarn. Pin and spin. Those are exactly the things I want to be doing with Kadir. I know all this... I shouldn't be allowed to be on the World of Darkness Twitch. I should tenure my resignation today. I know all his secret spots in this town, plus the spots he wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. I'm wired into his network, his contacts. I've got his playbook down, and I can stay one step ahead of him with ease. Just give me a chance, and we will all will be thanking our lucky stars by the end. God, they slip into a quiet introspection, or maybe they're just playing a round of mental chess, trying to read each other's minds without uttering a word. I have reservations about this daring proposition. Consider the potential fallout if this entire situation spirals out of control. God, you're such a bummer, Aisling. Still gorgeous. Still want to kiss you, though. If you're going to be thirsty, then we will show you thirsty, Devs. Yeah. Kadir throws up his hand, clearly over dealing with my case. Capturing this whelp proved hardly a challenge. I wouldn't sweat the idea of catching her again. What's more, entrusting her with Castle resolves two issues at once. It swiftly eliminates her presence and enables us to prioritize genuine concerns. But someone has to keep a constant watch over her. Valerie, perhaps one of yours. A batshit crazy idea burst into my mind, the kind of a gamble that could either turn out brilliantly or spectacularly implode. Let the dice roll. How about him? I jab my finger toward the quiet caitiff. Yay! Padrick, was it? His expression shifts to one of utter confusion as he catches the subtle smirks of the council members. Surely you're not considering... This could play out quite favorably, I must admit. Quite favorably indeed. Holy shit, it actually worked. Oh my god. Very well, Padrick Conroy, I hereby appoint you as the agent caretaker for this ravenous neonate. I hate to break it to you, Sheriff, but this call-out is out of your turf. He's with us anarchs, and you know it well enough. Technically, when he took on the whole peacemaker role for our cliques, he acquired a level of neutrality. So yeah. Kadir redirects his gaze to the caitiff. Your responsibility is to ensure her... Nope. Your responsibility is to ensure she fulfills the assignment within 4 nights, starting now. Any slip-ups on her end will reflect on your record as well. Do we have an understanding? 4 nights. Not a whole lot, but better than nothing. Padrick's resigned nod mirrors exactly how I feel. Now, back to where we were. Their sudden disinterest in me is a clear get out of here sign. Seems like I've managed to slide from one pit to another, but hey, I bought myself a little time, and in my world, that's precious currency. Amazing. Unless, of course, that caitiff turns out to be a wild card. Couldn't possibly be. Vid, please. I want the pretty one you already don't like. I can't. Oh, God. Up in the air! Main quest. I bought myself some time to find Reynard and scram out of the city before the Camarilla catches on. The only trouble is the caitiff tick clinging onto my back, which honestly is kind of my own fault. I need to figure out how to shake him off. No! We don't want to shake him. Not that way. We might not need air to nourish our vitae, but I still let out a sigh of relief when the doors to Elysium slammed shut behind us. Talk about a crew of entitled assholes holed up in their ivory towers, sneering at Kindred just scraping by to make dead ends meet. I hope they get a nice, sharp stake to the foot. But hey, it's all good. My golden words and silver tongue managed to buy me some time to find Reynard and get the hell out of Dodge before those clowns catch on that we've already hit the West Coast. The only hiccup for now is... keep making that face at me and it might just stick that way. Oh, yeah? Really? Are you flirting with me? I pinch my lips together and squint for good measure. What, are we reverting to playground tactics now? Hush. I'm concentrating on blowing up your brain with my mind. If it keeps you quiet, by all means, keep trying. I shoot him a defiant glare and whirl around. Oops. I didn't mean that. His exasperated sigh chasing after me. Be what may, this caitiff tick's gotta go. Stop calling him that. Oh my god. Look, the sun is about to rise. We can pick this little dance of ours again tomorrow, okay? Let's get moving. My haven isn't even in this part of town. Is that an invitation? Hold up. What do you mean your haven? Alright, hear me out. I get that this whole thing is a bit of a pain for the both of us. Trust me, I have no more desire to mind you than you have to be minded. But let's rewind for a second. You were the one who picked me out at Elysium and got us both into this mess. If I let you out of my sight, things will get properly unpleasant for me, and believe me, I am speaking from experience. But you'll be torn to shreds by Kadir's hounds before you could say, oops. They'll sniff you out sooner rather than later. This is a stone-cold fact. His haven, what? OTP? I mean, I can see it, Craig. I can already see it. Oh, God. I'm fine. I'm an adult and I'm fine. So how about we skip the theatrics and you tag along to a place I know is safe. We can regroup and figure out our next move come nightfall. He stops mid-sentence, fingers crossed for whatever is the Kindred version of a stroke. Maybe I could slip away and get to my RV. Why do you want to leave so bad? Oh my god, stop. Isn't it worth it? Isn't it worth it? To almost get your head ripped off? He might, you know, this might be a thing. You don't know. No, your RV is completely off the table. Okay, see, I have this problem. I have this problem where I want to, like, my idea of flirting is being mean. Is that toxic? F's in the chat if that's toxic. I kind of, mine's being a brat. Yeah, I kind of, I guess that's what it is. Minxie, I guess so. Keep it zip-cative. Why on earth would I choose to spend the day with you? Full disclosure, you're really not my type in, well, anything. I say desperately in love with you. This is me when I'm desperately in love with someone. Consider me heartbroken. How rude, leading a poor defenseless girl back to your lair with promises of shelter. I won't stand for it, sir. Could you maybe not? It's hardly as amusing as you seem to think. And let's be real, the ship for me playing the gentleman sailed a while ago. Oh my god. You mean you never were a gentleman, right? The dialogue is fire. He stays silent for a moment, likely thinking he's gaining the upper hand in our verbal spar. I still count it as my win. Nevertheless, he starts yapping again soon after. In any case, we need a place to rest, and my haven is the safest choice. I'd really hate to resort to violence, but don't presume I won't drag you there if the need arises. It's your call. Every time I don't get a say, it somehow turns out to be my call. Come on, what do you think I'll do? Run away? Obviously. Oh, ye of little faith. Would I try to bail on you on Christmas night? You sticking around might just count as a true holiday miracle. And no, I don't bank on holiday miracles. If you are under the impression I'll let you out of my sight, then you are not paying attention. Come on, let's not dilly-dally. Dilly-dally? Did they embrace him in a Dickens novel? Talk about being charming. All right. After you. Stubborn as I am, it turns out Mr. Thin and Mean over there is just as immovable. Arguing seems futile. Time for a different approach. Shit mentioned. I toss him a thoughtful glance, noticing him leisurely fiddling with one of those ugly rings adorning every conceivable part of his hands. Look at his hands, so ugly, and his rings are ugly, and look at him. I just can't stop looking at him because he's just so ugly. That's why I keep looking at him. My coterie would eat him alive, but I can deal with him on my own just fine. I bet you can. All I need is a little bit of inspiration. After a quick looking around, a couple of schemes start to take place. Ooh. What is Let's Play the Beast card? What is that line from one of the Marvel movies? I can't. Let's play help. Let's play ask for help or something. Can't think of what it is. A Loki and Thor movie. I just don't remember which one. Get help. No. As for the demo, as of right now, you can just play Clan Ravnos. Callie from Clan Ravnos. There was a playing a caitiff, as we learned later, as a caitiff, is locked for right now. Let's play the beast card. I don't know what that means. I mean, I think I know what it means, but I'm curious, so I'm gonna click that. I spy with my little eye a handful of mortals daring to navigate the frosty streets. Many of them stagger along on the frozen sidewalks, whether from the ice or generous helpings of alcohol they've indulged in earlier. It's quite the tempting scene. I'm not exactly famished. I managed to grab a bite on the road before hitting New York, but the caitiff's in the dark about that, and honestly, I'm pretty skilled at acting the part of the hungry predator, if I do say so myself. I mean, we could eat. Look at that. I halt abruptly, allowing a series of convulsive twitches to seize me. What's with the drama now? I'm feeling off. Haven't fed in a bit. It's starting to get to me. I don't think I can. I don't think I can handle it much longer. You're telling me you cannot endure for a few more hours? No. With my clan, hunger hits differently. It's swift and merciless. It's just how we are. Been there once, never want to go back. He shoots me a look filled with skepticism, but I just mimic a shiver, my body quaking as if I'm starved. Yeah, I'm lying all right, but he doesn't know that. Ravnos are a rare sight, practically unheard of around here, or anywhere, really. So in his eyes, my performance could very well be genuine. To further my agenda, I press a hand to my temple, my eyes tracking a solitary figure puffing away in a nearby nook. Had that Valerie skank not blindsided me, I might have. All right, enough. Just make it quick. I'll stay close, just in case. We make our way towards the isolated figure. Patrick positions himself to block any escape while I face our target. The guy blows out a cloud of smoke, his eyes dazed, mumbling under his breath. Sorry, pal. I lean in as if I wanted to give him the kiss, but instead I push him hard, sending him stumbling straight into Patrick's open arms. And just like that, the guy topples to the ground, while the caitiff somehow remains upright despite being thrown off balance. It's my cue to seize the moment and zoom away in the opposite direction, pushing my legs as fast as they'll go. I have no idea where I'm going, but solitude sounds perfect right now. Even after everything tonight, it looks like I'm on a roll. Must be that Ravnos charm working its magic. God, we're really confident. Like, #unrelatable content. I instantly regret my choice the moment I dash into an alleyway. A dodgy crew handling crates that seem to be filled with combat gear snaps their attention towards me the moment I make my entrance, and they've seen my inhuman speed. Shit. Oh no, it's her again! Caleb, look! Her again? Seriously? What the hell? Once it's a fluke, twice is an awfully fucked up coincidence, and I've seen too much to believe in those. It's that raggedy bitch! I told you I wasn't seeing things! Young hunter. Dear God. Not now, for fuck's sake. I've got eyes. Squad, to your positions. Fortnite. They begin to circle me, exchanging nods. It's only then I notice their tactical gear and the unmistakable outline of wooden stakes. Is this the infamous Special Affairs Division? One of my favorite things about Vampire the Masquerade lore is Special Affairs Division is acronym SAD. That's one of my favorite things. Seriously, fuck my unlife. Reynard was spot on. I'm always too quick to pop the champagne. Yeah, obviously. Good lord. I instantly regret my choice, so that's relatable. So you choose your clan, or is it character lock? No, it's your choice is between Aravnos, and I don't know if you'll get to pick the other one when the game comes out. This is just the demo. Sad boys. Yeah, everybody. I'm from Sad. It's always funny. Back off, would you? This isn't going to end well for you. Shut your filthy gob, leech. Why am I talking to a woman? Shut your fat gob. What are you talking? What is this, the 50s? He whips out a stake to compensate for his shaky tone. I'm not one for head-on combat, but it's way past the time for cunning. From the sides, now! They come at me all at once with an attack surprisingly uncoordinated for such a well-equipped team. That disarray is the only reason I may survive this. As a flash of heat surges through me, their movements seem to slow down. I grab the first one by the arm as he swings a knife at me, driving my nails into his armpit. Everything turns a shade of red I find disturbingly pleasant. Next, I leap and spin, taking the squeaky girl down with a kick that leaves her neck at a grotesque angle, her body crumbling to the ground. Their leader waves his stake in hesitation, searching for an opening. Bring it on, you undead whore! Christ. Do you have a problem with vampires or a problem with women? Pick one. Pick a struggle. I don't give him the chance. In an instant, I'm at his throat, tearing and ripping. His blood washes over my skin like a hot shower. It feels comforting. As the chaos fades, there I am, perfectly unharmed, amid the carnage, swept up in the rush of victory. Don't celebrate too early again. Tonight is definitely my night. But then reality strikes. Quite literally. Knocked onto my knees and suddenly dazed, I scramble to get up. I need to get out before the caitiff catches up. As I try to rise, a kick sends me sprawling. Another thug, one that I missed, sits on top of me, stake in hand, aimed straight at my heart. I react instantly, bucking my hips and reaching for his elbow, ready to tear and rip, but I can't. And I don't have to. Suddenly, hands encircle the thug's neck, twisting it in a complete circle, reminiscent of some horror movie owl. He drops beside me lifeless as the caitiff casually retrieves the stake. So, hunger took you out, huh? My God, came to our rescue, you guys. I mean, toxic is me. I can excuse misogyny, but I draw the line at vampire bigotry. You can excuse misogyny. I'm kidding. Let's see. God. Piss off. I believe thank you is the phrase you're looking for. You should be glad I caught up to you so quickly. He extends his hand with grace, and there's a part of me itching to grab it, to pull at it and literally take him down a peg. But I let the moment pass. The brawls worn me out, and dawn's creeping up on us. I refuse his help, pushing myself up with a mix of pride and fatigue. Why don't you hold on to the stake? Consider it a memento of the time you nearly got taken out by a few hunters and needed my intervention. A slice of humble pie, if you will. I tucked the stake into my belt bag, feeling more awkward about it than I care to show. For the record, I had it under control. But wait, hunters? Of course, you didn't seriously think it was the sad, did you? He lets out a chuckle, the first one I've heard from him. It feels out of place, I think. Do not take it personally, but if it were the sad you were up against, you'd have been taken out before you even realized there was a threat. They're too well organized, too professional. These guys, however... He sweeps his hand around, gesturing towards the fallen hunters. Well, they haven't quite mastered the element of surprise. Still, running into that many in one place? Kadir mentioned something about a locust swarm back at Elysium, but come on, twice in one night? That's just more than just bad luck. Indeed, New York is nowhere near as safe for our kind as it once was. This is not your typical hunter behavior. It's an anomaly, and its source is still unknown. Until we figure it out, I strongly advise against sprinting like a demented cheetah, biting whatever's within arm's reach, or showing off your unique powers. For your own safety, assume you're under constant surveillance. Choose your moments wisely. Nah. It's the second time I'm hearing this kind of warning tonight. Maybe I should actually start paying attention. Nah. He's like so obsessed with me. Oh my god. Guys, he blocked me. He's so obsessed with me. And you might want to rethink your attempts to ditch me. I might not arrive in time to save you the next time you get in trouble. The next time? He seems to have me all figured out. Alright, maybe sticking with you might have some benefits. Am I hearing things, or was that a compliment? Don't let it go to your head, and don't expect a repeat. Now about that haven of yours? Papa! Oh, there's still more! My lord. My lord! Can anyone tell me if this goes... Because my voice is dying. I've been doing this for 90 minutes. That's as far as my voice can go before I start losing it. Reading that, talking that much. Anyone who has played the demo can tell me if it goes on much longer than this. And I will see if maybe I will do the rest tomorrow. Because I can't. I'm weak. I'm weak. Patrick, to be fair, New York's never been super safe. I know, it seems like a weird thing to say, honestly. I mean, I think they're just, like, speaking hunters, personally, because I think, like, most of them, not all of them, certainly, simply not the ones in the Council of the Camarilla, they definitely remember, but a lot of them probably don't remember this about. Just 5-10 more minutes? Okay. Alright, we can power through it. We can power through it. Power through it. Stranger of the Night, where the K-tip flies low. Ah! Well, I gotta do the detour. We gotta do it. Silence usually doesn't bother me. The Bronx. It's often a chance to collect my scattered thoughts, which, let's be honest, are usually all over the damn place. It can also be a big flashy sign that I fucked up and that I've got to scramble to bounce back from the mess I made. But this kind of silence? Oh, this is some golden opportunity right here. One in which I throw in the towel, stop giving a shit, and just enjoying watching the lanky one squirm like he's got an army of invisible fists going to town on his brain. You like him. You like watching him. Stop. Just admit it. Of course it doesn't last, not with that oddball in the distance eyeing us. Christ, check out that guy. Huh? That bootleg Wesley Snipes right there, look. I toss a subtle glance towards the guy decked out in black, but the longer I stare, the more I think, oh shit. You think he's one of them? A hunter? What? Of course not. I mean, I get that the group we dealt with wasn't exactly a think tank, but out here in broad daylight and dressed like a walking cliche? I mean, we're not in broad daylight, are we? What does that sentence mean? We're not in broad daylight. I certainly hope not. He rattles it off so fast I almost suspect he's trying to distract me. It's just a stranger in the night. Pay him no mind. Yeah, sure. My stranger danger sense, that skin-crawling sensation of an unfamiliar presence getting too close, hasn't dulled since I was embraced, and now I've got better defenses than mere pepper spray. But the sleazy way he looks at me as we cross paths, it's disgustingly indescribable. And then he speaks. Evening, ma'am. Oh my god, he does look like Wesley Snipes. He does. Oh my god, Blade, is that you? Kelly, oh my god, are you obsessed with me? Broad nightlight, yeah. Evening, ma'am. Looks exactly like Wesley Snipes. There's something eerie about the tone of his voice. Yeah, because I kind of gave him a Western accent for some reason. I nod automatically and shoot Patrick a wary look. He signals to keep walking. Mr. Conroy, evening to you. Quite the night, eh? I don't know why I'm giving him that voice. Because my voice is shot. This isn't some rando then. The way he drops Patrick's last name stops us in our tracks, like he's cast a binding spell. Quite the sight indeed. Quite the night indeed. We're kinda in a rush though. I see. I'll be brief then. Mr. Conroy, your obligations. I'm here on behalf of our shared acquaintance, gently reminding you of what's at stake. The circumstances rapidly change, as you're aware, I'm sure. The smugness in his voice is grating enough to make me grind my teeth, but surprisingly, it's Patrick who loses his cool, not me. His tone gets abrasive, a side of him I've never seen before, but then I've known him 3 hours tops. I'm well aware, and don't you worry about passing that along. I've managed without a proxy so far, and I don't plan on needing one now. Regrettably, that's not up to you to decide. Christ, I didn't sign up for an evening of snarky back and forth. Didn't you? That's what I signed up for. Oh, shut up. Yada, yada, yada. Just get yourself a good whipping. What? What? Might help with all that pent-up rage. You've certainly got the overalls down. Okay, not where I was expecting that sentence to go. Bizarre. Mr. Conroy, keep your wildling in line, would you? What a bizarre thing to say. Throwing shade without even making eye contact? Grow some balls and face me, dick. I'm a wild card. Stay out of it, Callie. I'm not done here, and clearly this asshole isn't either, judging by his puffed up chest. Can't you see that you're trying to defend the boy that you're or the person that you're in love with? Can't you see that? But suddenly he's all chill, like we didn't just have a moment. Enjoy the night, Mr. Conroy, ma'am. Then he locks eyes with me. Better watch out for dingy alleys. They're crawling with vermin, as you already know. His words echo in my mind as we head towards Patrick's safe house. At first, I thought it was a threat, but now I'm not so sure. How the fuck does he know? Does gossip really spread around that quickly here? Mesh shirt and all. That was the weirdest I mean, I literally, when I say, oh, shut up, I think she's going to say to him, like, you know, blah, 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 like, whatever. Just say it is what it is you want so we can move on with our lives, so we can get out of here, is what I assume is the next thing to telling someone to shut up. Not whatever that was. I don't know what that was. Phrasing? Yeah, whip it good. I mean, yeah, I guess she said the whip it thing because he was dressed in, like fetish wear clothing, I guess, is where that came from. I have no idea. Not a clue. Who the hell was that? Just an old contact of mine, nothing to worry about. Right, and how the fuck did he know about our run-in with the hunters? I don't know, Callie, okay? Maybe he took a wild guess. It's not exactly a stretch to run into trouble here, especially now, especially with you around. He's clearly shaken by the whole thing. How intriguing. Look, I'm sorry. It's probably nothing to lose sleep over. Let's just get moving, all right? I give a nod, not like there's much choice, with him being all jitters and no candor. Looks like my dear Caitiff's sitting on a pile of secrets, considering the vibe of that jackass we just dealt with. The mind reels at the possibilities. I mean, was he that much of a jackass? Honestly? We have no idea. I mean, see, you're getting very territorial over him. You're getting very possessive of him and defensive of him. We have no idea what that person wanted, whose name, I don't remember if they even said who his name was. You know, you're just getting very possessive because you're in love with him. Just admit it. But then again, we are, if not, the secrets we keep. I recognize this, all right? Can't bullshit a bullshitter. What can we say? Could we say about a caitiff dressed in the 90s? Dressed like in the 90s? We can say that he's hot. The walk feels endlessly long. I try to focus on the task of locating Reynard, but my thoughts just won't line up right. Definitely not a promising end to the night. No, I don't know. I don't understand the whip comment. I really don't. I think it's kind of tasteless, considering that he is a person of color, a black person. I think it was not a good, well-written line. Before I know it, we're already there. This is our, and if it is a fetish thing, it, you know, maybe I'm not cool enough, or, you know, I'm not in the scene enough to know it, that it went completely over my head. This is our stop. Let's head inside. Dawn is nearly upon us. He steps through the door first, but leaves it open for me. I see it as a slight sign of trust, or maybe I'm just too exhausted to be on the lookout for tricks. Home sweet home. Peeking into a kindred's haven is kind of like trying to read their diary, assuming they have one, of course. Our van, which I share with my coterie, might tell a story of covert operations, daring escapes, and tight-knit camaraderie. For those with a flair for drama, that is. To anyone else, it could just seem like a mobile hideout for a few smugglers. Granted, I haven't exactly been a guest in many havens, but this one, it's practically shouting its love affair with books and certain, let's say, relaxed approach to tidiness. I'm mentioning love affairs. And that Patrick probably didn't expect to have company like ever. I mean, this right here, I'm just gonna let you know, this is like a drawing of any like a woman falls in love with a starving artist type thing, and this is where they make love in the romance books that I have read. Every inch of it is covered in books, papers, and random notes, a wild mosaic of ideas, from the mundane to the outright unhinged. I swear there are even scribbles on napkins in the mix. Yeah, you could substitute it for spanking or something like that. Absolutely. I completely agree. Yeah. Toreador Primogen apartment in Coteries. Sophie's apartment? I don't remember what her apartment looks like. Actually, I don't remember at all. No, it would be real funny if he lived in her old place, though. I doubt it. Patrick seems a bit flustered that I caught his haven in such disarray. He rushes to clean up, picking up an armful of paper along the way. Make yourself at home. The couch is all yours. Ooh. At least the windows, all still open, have been secured with steel shutters. All in all, the place feels rather cozy. A pretty decent haven, I think. Just a tad lonely for my taste. Look out the window. Woohoo! The view from his window overlooking the Bronx at this hour is just mesmerizing. No wonder he gets all starry-eyed. I mean, sure, the Yankee Stadium sticks out like a sore thumb, but even that can't ruin the serene vibe of this place. I mean, yeah. New York City skyline is amazing. The stack of papers he's clutching is kept under wraps and impossible to read, but the ones littering the rest of the space, they're up for grabs. He is sensitive yet manly. I know. Yeah, absolutely. As soon as the stream is done, I'm going to make a suggestion, since the game isn't finished yet. That's as far as I can do is just see like what you know, I perceive or community perceives to be something that isn't good or problematic or doesn't look right, and I can pass that along to the correct ears and eyes who can do something about it. That's sort of what I do, and TikTok, and social media. And this, I stretch my neck to get a closer look, ditching any attempt to be sneaky, only to find some disjointed snippets about history, voices, oracles, and the like. Oh, my voice. I shoot him a disappointed frown, only to be met with his painfully blank gaze. Clearly, someone's got their poker face down pat. A history buff, don't take this the wrong way, but you totally give off that vibe. Why would I take it the wrong way? Dunno. Thought maybe you'd take it as an insult or something. Would it be a far-fetched notion if I thought so? Yeah, I guess you have a point. He gives me a slight smile. It's not exactly brimming with joy, but hey, I'll take what I can get. Get some rest. We've got a busy night ahead of us. It's hard to put up a fight against common sense, especially when you're running on empty. I give him a vague wave, settle onto the couch amid a few stray papers, and let myself sink into the deep, dark void of rest. End. Few hours prior. What? Oh, God. I have advice. Is there a way for me to see the start of your playthrough of the demo? As soon as the stream is done, you can watch it, and it'll be up on YouTube, probably tomorrow, when I get to it tomorrow. That's usually how I do it. Still time to fine-tune things. The game's not out until later. Correct. Yes, and that's why it's important for, demos to be out so that these types of oh God, my voice. So sorry, everyone. It's dying. That's why this type of feedback can then be put out, especially if you play any demos for any games that come out, not just World of Darkness games, any games. We see problematic stuff, issues in there. Put it in there. I promise. Community ambassadors and people who work for the devs, they see it. They read it. I promise. And pass it along. The steady drone of machinery blends with the aroma of ancient dust and robust alchemy, conjuring a palpable atmosphere that teases the senses. It's a relentless reminder of the raw power in action, a sensation that never leaves you, no matter how far away you go. Is it a common theme across Tremere Labs, or did she add a personal twist just for my sake? What's happening? Bah, that's besides the point tonight. Tonight, the stakes are sky high, no room for getting sidetracked. I'm only going to ask this once. You do understand, whoopsies, all the specifics, correct? The procedure and the risks that come with it? My gaze drifts down to my necklace, the symbol of my cause. I nod in silent agreement. What's happening? Make no mistake, should you attempt to violate our arrangement, I have my methods to track you down. Believe me, that would be far less pleasant than what's coming next. Let's just get this over with, shall we? Oh, this must be our sire with the red coat. I can see the outline. I'm instantly hit with pain so intense it feels like my flesh is being torn asunder. And no matter how much I try, I can't black out for even the briefest moment of blissful reprieve. My consciousness clings on as stubborn as I am, as if making me pay for my plentiful sins, or paving the road for the new ones to come. But the agony is worth it, and so is the prize that's coming after. Haha, okay. Not that I wasn't loving the demo, but I can't talk anymore. No, this is a really good, really, really fun. I love Callie is an amazing protagonist. She's sarcastic. She's a daredevil, as going obviously according to her clan. She's also cunning and sort of canny. I like that about her a lot. And she's fun too. She's, you know, of course she's worried about her own survival, but she also seems like she's a fun personality to play. In my opinion, contrasted to Julia, who was also sarcastic, but had just a little bit like more downward vibe to her. She was just a little bit more subtle, a little bit more chill than Callie. I really like Padrick or Padrick. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name properly. Someone will have to correct me. I love his belt with the jesters on it. Great design choice. I love his rings. His shirt is amazing. I don't know. He says he's caitiff, but everything about him is giving me Malkavian vibes, and I'm not entirely sure why that is. But yeah, like I said, my only issue was that one dialogue that I think probably doesn't come up for everybody playing. There's probably a different dialogue depending on which of the three options you picked. I picked one, and I picked the one that I just, wanted to pick because I just was like, role playing how I think the character would talk, and just what popped up from the "oh shut up" wasn't what I was expecting. And I don't think it was written in an intentional way. I think it came off though in a poor light. So I'm going to pass that information along as soon as I get off stream. And I want to thank everybody so much for coming with me on this, playing this with me. Hopefully there'll be more. I'll be playing the whole thing when it comes out, just like I'll be playing Werewolf the Apocalypse Purgatory, just like I'll be finishing Book of Hungry Names, just like I'll be playing the upcoming Choice of Games Hunter game, the Beast of Glen Kildove, all those things I'll be playing here on stream. And I can also announce, for anybody still here, I can also announce that next week we will have Family Spotlight for the first time in quite a while. So I hope that you're excited for that. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow, where I continue playing the Book of Hungry Names. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to finish it at some point. It's just too good, and I keep talking like this. Thank you, everybody, so much. Thank you.